Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion.
The preseason is fast approaching, and the Chicago Sky are preparing for the upcoming season. But wait, have you heard about the new change to Angel Reese's role? Word has it that she's being shifted away from the basket, marking a major change in her game. This move feels like asking a lion to leave the jungle. Reese made her name dominating the paint, but now she's being pushed out of that comfort zone. Looking at the numbers, this strategy is bold. Last season, Angel shot only 39.1% from within 5 feet, the lowest in the league. Now, they want her stepping out and taking mid-range shots, despite her slow release.
And I wonder how her fans are going to feel about that. If she's further away from the basket, that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of, or as many, I would believe, offensive rebound opportunities for one Angel Reese.
Could this drastic shift be what turns her career around, or will it backfire? This change challenges everything that made her the player she is. Will she adapt and thrive in this new role, or struggle when forced out of her comfort zone?
She has no skill. She has energy, she has an attitude, she'll rebound you the basketball. Great. Nothing else.
Let's take a closer look at Angel Reese's performance near the basket. Her shooting percentage from within 5 feet was a disappointing 39.1% last season. We're talking about high percentage shots right at the rim, yet she couldn't even convert 40% of them.
And we know from 5 foot in, she was the most inefficient field goal percentage shooter.
When the numbers speak louder than reputation, change is unavoidable. That percentage was the worst in the WNBA among players who got significant minutes. Top post players typically shoot between 60% to 70% in the paint. A'ja Wilson, for example, finished 64% of her shots in the paint last season, using her refined drop step to create space against defenders. Reese's numbers are so far off the mark that the coaching staff had no choice but to rethink her role entirely. When you watch Reese play, the frustration is obvious. Her body language when she gets the ball in the paint tells you everything. Even when the path to the basket is clear, she often passes the ball to teammates. This hesitation shows she's well aware of her limitations in this critical area.
And now she knows it to the point that even when she's on the basketball court, she's aware, like, this ain't really my thing. Let me get this hot potato out of my hand and to somebody that knows what they're doing.
The eye test confirms what the stats are saying. Her post moves are unpolished. She doesn't have a reliable go-to move, and her touch around the rim is inconsistent. During a key fourth quarter play against the Connecticut Sun, Reese caught the ball in the paint with just one defender to beat. But her awkward hook shot missed, leaving fans visibly disappointed.
Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her.
With Kennedy Carter leaving the Chicago Sky, Reese's weaknesses are likely to be more exposed. Carter was a scoring threat who drew defensive attention away from Reese. Without that buffer, opposing teams will be able to focus more on stopping her. Coach Tyler Marsh is now completely reimagining Reese's role. A move like this doesn't happen unless the problems are serious and persistent. Watch her when she grabs offensive rebounds. She often attempts the same shot multiple times before finally scoring. Those repeated misses waste valuable possessions and kill offensive momentum. In one frustrating sequence against New York, Reese grabbed 3 offensive rebounds in a row, but failed to convert any of them into points, leaving her teammates visibly frustrated.
Carter is no longer on the team, and new head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's.
These issues go beyond just technique or strategy. They're about fundamental skills that most players develop long before reaching the professional level. Most WNBA post players have spent years refining their moves in the paint, developing counter moves, and learning how to finish through contact. But instead of focusing on these basic skills, the Chicago Sky are making a bold decision that could reshape Angel Reese's entire career. Coach Marsh is pushing her further from the basket, a move that has analysts scratching their heads. Rather than focusing on improving her post game, they're shifting her focus to mid-range shooting.
Offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
The challenge lies in Reese's shooting mechanics, which present a significant obstacle to this transition. Scouts have noted that her release is very slow, painfully slow. In the fast-paced WNBA, where defenders close out with incredible speed, that slow release gives the defense an advantage. Imagine trying to take a shot when the defender has an extra second to contest it. This is the uphill battle Reese is facing.
She's working on being able to shoot off dribble, and when the play call is for a catch and shoot. Yeah, but what does that mean? Because she's... look, we've all seen videos of her practicing. She's got a very, very slow as serve release out there.
Changing shooting mechanics is like teaching a sprinter to run a marathon. It requires a complete overhaul of muscle patterns and physical adaptations. It's about rewiring muscle memory that's been ingrained since childhood. Top professional shooters spend years perfecting their form, yet Reese is being asked to change hers in just a few months, all while her previous statistics show she hasn't even mastered scoring near the rim. Poised at a crossroads, this is a make-or-break moment that could either elevate her game or expose her limitations.
Poe wrote that Reese was increasing the use of off-ball cuts and relocating her position to constantly create balance and space in Marsh's offense. Chicago isn't planning on asking Reese to increase her three-point production this season. It says the Chicago Sky want her to take mid-range jumpers. Okay. However, Marsh wants her to add more versatility to her shot selection by hitting mid-range jumpers, 10 to 15.
In recent interviews, Reese has been nothing but confident about this transition, claiming she can learn fast and adapt to whatever the team needs. But anyone who's closely watched her play can see the gap between her confidence and the technical reality. Her mechanics don't match the level of confidence she's projecting. The upcoming preseason game against the Barcelona national team will be her first real test. Picture this: Reese catches the ball at the elbow, faces her defender, and goes up for her first mid-range jumper as a professional.